Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maya Karen. I do run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how-to style. If you are into that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to this channel, and you will be notified every single time I upload a video, which is every Wednesday and Sunday. So today's video is just going to be 10 tips on how I maintain my closet. So let's go ahead and get started. The first tip that I have for you guys, this is for my ladies who love to wear sweaters, cashmere, wool. Sometimes you will notice that your older sweaters, or if you wear them a lot and you brush up against things, you'll notice they have little balls on them. They'll start to peel. So what I have for you, it's Conair. I got it from Target. My mother bought it actually. It was $12.99. Is a shaver. And here in a second, I am going to show you how to use it. But I noticed one time while I was on a photo shoot, I actually had on a wool skirt. And on the side, we actually had to do some photoshopping because all alongside of my skirt, it was a whole bunch of little balls. And the camera that we were using was very detailed, so it didn't look very good. But let me show you how to use it. It's very simple. Okay, so this is what the shaver looks like. It does take 2 AA batteries, very simple to use. So you're going to turn it on. It's just one piece. You're going to turn it on, and then you're going to go in a circular motion across whatever garment it is that you're trying to depil. Now, just a disclaimer, all of my winter clothes have actually already been put away, so this sweater that I am showing you has already been depilled. I'm just showing you so for future reference, you'll know how to use it. Okay, now that we have cleaned our sweaters, I typically store my clothing as far as season is concerned. So now that the weather is getting warmer, I do store my winter and fall clothes. Now, when I do that, I store it with Cedar. My fiance is actually allergic to mothballs and they stink. So another alternative is Cedar, and they do come in a couple of different forms. So right now I have Cedar shavings, and they come in a bag. Or you can also do Cedar balls, and then I'll show you a couple of pictures right here. But they do also come in planks, and they do also come in circular planks. And I'll like I said, I'll show you a picture. But typically, what I do is I get a bin. It's about this long, and I just lay all of my clothes down, and then in the corners I go ahead and put the Cedar. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so as far as my winter clothes are concerned, I do put them in these types of bins right here. They do open on both sides, and I just simply lay my clothes in them to keep them for the winter and the fall. So like I said before, I do use Cedar, so I'm going to get a little bit closer and show you, but I'm going to use these 2 balls, and then I'm just going to use these Cedars. And like I said before, I just put them in the 4 corners of the bin, and that's it. Okay, the third tip that I have for you goes for my ladies with the heels. Make sure, or if you don't know, you can actually get the taps of your heels replaced. And what I mean by that is, you know, like if you hear somebody walking maybe like on concrete or like a metal floor, and you hear like that clickety clack, but it sounds very unpleasant. That's because the bottom of their tap has actually worn out, and the metal part of the bottom of the tap is actually what's clickety clacking on the floor. I take mine to my shoe cobbler whenever they need to be done. They charge me about $8 per shoe, and it will actually prolong the use of your shoes. Now, for my red bottom ladies, you do know that yours do have special taps, and they do come in the little red baggie. But also what I do have for you ladies is, I know there's a big, I guess you could say, controversy when it comes to should you or should you not, but I'll give you 2 examples. So the first example, I'm talking about the bottom of the shoe, and I will get a little bit closer so you can see, but as you can see, this one is red. And let me get the other one. And this one is not, and you can clearly see the difference. So what I'm referring to is you can either take your red bottoms to your shoe cobbler, and they can put on the bottom what you call a vibram. And basically it's just a thin layer to put on the bottom of your shoe to preserve the red color. Or like what I did with this shoe is they're out of business now, but it was called Protect My Pump, and it's just this little sticker that you can put on the bottom of the shoe. Like I said, they are out of business, but I will link below a couple that I saw on Instagram and a couple that I saw on Amazon. Now, the one that I have, it's very thin. You can't even really see it, and I will get closer so you can see. But I do know that the ones on Amazon, a couple of companies that I did find, they actually do also have anti-slip. And really, it's just a preference. If you don't care, then your shoe, yes, it will start to look like this. By the time that I had gotten the shoe, I had already used the rest of them. But if you do care and you want your shoe to look like this, or you do want to keep some of the red intact, then I would suggest go ahead and doing that. Okay, the fourth tip, this is for my sneakerhead ladies. This is kind of piggybacking off of the heels. Now I'm talking about sneakers. So to keep your sneakers fresh and new, and we did spray them on my mother-in-law and my son's shoes, is just the Scotch Guard. All you do is you take them outside. The bottle on that thing, it says hold it about 6 feet away. You hold the shoe up, you spray. You spray it once, you let it dry, you spray it one more time, and that does help repel water and stains. Okay, the next tip that I have for you ladies is to help maintain your leather shoes and your leather purses. I get it from Kate Spade every single time I buy a purse, but it is the Kate Spade leather conditioner, and I will link some more down below. They have it at Amazon, Walmart, Target, anywhere. I just particularly buy the Kate Spade leather cleaner because I'm in the store and it's, you know, two-stop shop. But you use it because it helps polish, clean, and it also keeps your leather supple so it doesn't crack. And I will show you how to clean your purse or how to condition your purse with it. Okay, so like I said before, I do have the Kate Spade leather cleaner. You will need a type of cloth to wipe down the purse with. Shake it up a little bit. Then apply some on the cloth. And then in a circular motion, you're going to rub it on the purse. Let's sit to dry, and there you have it. The next tip that I have for you, and a lot of people don't know, and I recently just found out, if you do have a Tide cleaners near you, I would suggest that you pay them a visit. For two reasons. Number one, anything that as far as white is concerned, it looks a little dingy or it looks a little dirty, they actually have something called back to white, and they have something else that's called back to black. I don't have a picture to show you because the dress that I did take there is now too small, but I would highly, highly, highly recommend taking it there. I mean, the dress, it was white, so it looked very dingy. And when I got it back, they cleaned it, they deodorized it, and they made it white again. And I believe it was like $20. Very worth the price because the dress that I bought was the dress that I bought was not cheap, and it is a staple white dress in my closet. But when I got it back, it was like I bought it for the first time. The next tip is more so a common one, and I know you hear it all the time, but it is very important. So the next tip is to take your clothes to the dry cleaner. If your label says dry clean, take it to the cleaner. And to preface that, or to even go back to before you even have the item in your closet, if you know that you are not going to take care of it the way that it's supposed to be taken care of, leave it at the store. And I'm one of those people. For example, I hate ironing. So most of the clothes that I have do not require ironing. But I'm just saying, if you're going to pay for it, if you're going to have it in your closet, just take it to the dry cleaner. They know how to they know how to steam it, they know how to deodorize it. They do different types of things. If you're worried about, the earth or things like that, you can take it to a more environmentally friendly or environmentally sound cleaner. But if you are going to take the time to buy it, have it in your closet, and wear it, just take it to the cleaners. And you'll actually be, I guess you could say, more happy or more satisfied, because if you do it, you might ruin it, and then your money will be lost and you won't have the garment anymore. My next tip is stains, and I found a little hack. It's called Awesome, and they sell it at the dollar store. If you want any stain to come out of anything, get Awesome. It's yellow, it's in a clear bottle, the writing is red, it's $1. It literally works on everything. But if you don't want to get your cleaning products at the dollar store, you don't, frequent the dollar store that often, I would suggest a Tide pen so you can keep it on the go, or even OxiClean. OxiClean is very strong to me, and I can actually still smell it after it has been washed. So that is why I don't use it. But that's the next tip. The next tip that I have for you, and this is kind of a less conventional one, is don't hang your heavier sweaters. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at, or when you have a hanger, depending on, I guess you could say, how big the sweater is or how thick it is, when you hang something it hangs, and it's going to continuously pull down the actual garment that's being hung. So if the sweater is really heavy, what you'll start to find even with these hangers is that right here where your shoulders are, or where the actual sweater is hanging from the shoulders, you will find that it will start to leave an indentation, or it will leave a pucker. So when you put the sweater on, as far as when it comes for your shoulders, you'll actually see like a little pucker right here, or you'll see like a little indent right here. So what I do is, of course, when it's time to bring them back out, I just fold them and I put them either in a cabinet or I put them on the shelf. I don't hang my heavier sweaters. The last tip that I have for you ladies kind of piggybacks off of these stains. And I know I do struggle with this a little bit sometimes too, but sweating, especially sweating in like blazers, coats, and your heavier sweaters. Number one, what I would suggest if you are going to wear a sweater and you are sweating, or maybe you think you're going to sweat that day, or just to preserve your sweater, wear like a thin shell or like a thin flannel shirt under the sweater. That way, if you do sweat, the sweat will be caught more so in the shirt instead of the sweater. The next thing I would say, especially when it comes to coats or even blazers, I don't know if people know, but you can get what is called a sweat guard. And basically, I'll show a picture right here, but basically what you do is you just take it and you fold it over the armpits of whatever it is you're wearing. Now, if you don't like those options, what you can do is you can do 1 part water and 1 part vinegar. You can soak it for about 20 minutes and then put it in the washer. Well, ladies, those are all the tips that I have for you today. Those are the tips that I use to maintain my closet. If you do have any other tips, let's start a conversation. Put it down below and we can discuss. Just for a reminder, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday. Bye for now.